Hey my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to start with our first recipe from our Cook the Book series in America's Most Wanted Recipes. But first things first, we need to gather up all of our ingredients, so grab your book, review your recipe, and let's head to Aldi's. Let's go!
Tell me how I'm gonna get close to you. Yeah. High and low, in between, acting out, make a scene. Working on our body language, working on our body language. Baby, now tell me exactly how you feel. I'm just trying to keep it real. Let me love you on the inside, love you on the inside. Tell me exactly what you mean. You mean everything to me. Let me love you on the inside, love you on the inside. Tell me you're lost, feel so blue, leaving me on the spot so confused. Oh baby, tasting so sweet, acting so rude. Won't you tell me what I'm supposed to do? Yeah. High and low, in between, acting out, make a scene. Working on our body language, working on our body language. Baby, now tell me exactly how you feel. I'm just trying to keep it real. Let me love you on the inside, love you on the inside. Tell me exactly what you mean. You mean everything to me. Let me love you on the inside, love you on the inside. Dance on the beat. I don't want no excuses. You keep me feeling so clueless. I'd like to dream. Keep on dreaming about us, baby. Yeah. Now tell me exactly how you
That's gonna be 28.89.
I know you have questions, I don't have answers. Clearly no manners, baby. I know you want it better. Putting on the pressure, 'cause pressure's gonna get the very best of me. I give a little something, doesn't come for free. Oh, I know you have questions, baby. Even if I try and try too hard, nothing's ever enough. Even if I try and try too hard, tell me what to do, say anything, yeah. Dive deeper, dive deeper, yeah. Dive deeper, dive with me, yeah. I know we could fly if we just try, if we just try. So come on, baby, dive deeper, dive deeper, yeah. Dive deeper, dive with me, yeah. I know we could fly if we just try, baby, try, try, try. You find it distracting, hold of our issues, rather die with you. We no longer talk when it gets hard, so it only gets harder. I know you were gonna get the best of me. Come a little closer, we can dive in deep. Oh, I'd rather be with you, baby. Even if I try and try too hard, nothing's ever enough. Even if I try and try too hard, tell me what to do, say anything, yeah. Dive deeper, dive deeper, yeah. Dive deeper.
Okay guys, now that we have all our meat marinated, you want to place it in the refrigerator 4 to 6 hours. Overnight would be best. I'm actually going to put mine in there overnight to get all that good flavor and tenderizing so that our steak can be nice and tender and succulent and juicy.
Pretty demons never show, shifting shapes in millennia.
Okay, so first we'll take a look at our recipe, and today from Cook the Book, we are going to make the Chili's beef fajitas. I have to confess, guys, this wasn't my first choice of recipe to make. I wanted to make crab cakes from Joe's Crab Shack, but I went to the supermarket to ShopRite, and one small 16-ounce can of crab meat was $45. So we had to switch plans, which is fine because this is still an easy, good recipe, and who doesn't like fajitas, right? So what I like to do first is I like to read my recipe first and then proceed. I tell my daughters this, that way there are no errors in making mistakes and using the wrong measurements and things like that. So what I did last night was, as you saw in the previous clip, we did go ahead and marinate our sirloin steak, and I'll link the recipe to the marinade below. I just did this as a precaution because I've had a few times where the steak wasn't as tender as I prefer, so I wanted to marinate the steak overnight. So the first step in the recipe, obviously, is to cut up your steak. If you choose not to do a marinade, you could just certainly do that and season it to your preference. And then you just cut up the steak into strips. It says place it in the slow cooker with the chilies and soup mix in the water. So our recipe calls for 1 envelope of the onion soup mix, which I got from Aldi's, as you saw on the shopping trip previously, and then 2 cups of water.
Funny how the story goes, little hope but bigger dreams. They try to bring a sucker down, singing louder than the crowd. Listen the rhythm, I'm feeling brand new. Keep pushing forward, it's gonna save you. Never look down, love, not when we shine so bright. The sun is getting warmer. When we soar away among the clouds, the sky is just a border. When we're floating up like helium.
Okay, so we have all of our beef and our onion soup mix in the crock pot. The recipe calls for you to place it on 6 to 8 hours, depending if you're putting it on high or low. I normally like to cook things low and slow. This crock pot does seem to cook a bit fast, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on low for 6 hours, and I will come and I'll check it at some point to see where we are, because you don't want to overcook the beef. So we'll come and check it, and that's okay to do. I know they say don't open a crock pot, but I've opened mine plenty of times and that was never an issue. So and again, I didn't add the green chilies, not because I didn't want to, but because I honestly couldn't find any at ShopRite or Aldi's. Maybe I just didn't know where they were. But the good thing about recipes are that they are always open to interpretation. You can always take out what you don't like or put in what you do like. And definitely beef fajitas is one of those recipes where you can certainly do that. So we're gonna let our beef cook low and slow, on low for 6 hours, and we'll come and check it. And in the meantime, we'll cut up our vegetables and get those sauteed. Okay, like I said before, I was gonna come back and check the beef, and I put this in here at 9 o'clock. It is now, I believe, a little after 11, and it's done. I did check it, and as you can see, it's done. We like our meat well done. So if you like it less than well done, I'm not sure if it's my particular crock pot that's just a Superman crock pot, because I do notice, like I said before, that it cooks quicker than what every recipe I've ever used has called for. So what we're gonna do, it's okay, it's fine. Dinner will be ready ahead of time and we can have a nice relaxing dinner, which is always great for me. We're gonna take this beef out because we don't want it to cook anymore, because even though the crock pot is off, it still is generating heat and it will continue to cook. So I am going to take this out, put it in a nice Tupperware container, let it cool, and then we'll put it in the refrigerator. And we'll go ahead and saute up those onions and peppers, and we'll just add those to the container too. And I just want to say that marinade is everything, because this beef is so tender. I let my daughter taste. She has braces and she was like, I'm so nervous. And ever since she got her braces, she's nervous about eating certain things, but it was tender for her. So I'm so excited. So I know normally it's weird. To me, it was weird to do a marinade and cook the beef in the crock pot for fajitas, because I normally just go ahead and pan fry it, but I'm liking it. I am liking it. Meat and steak don't always get along. Unless I'm cooking filet mignon, I've had the worst luck with steak. But yeah, I recommend this way of cooking your beef. I'm gonna put a little bit of that juice in there just because I'm putting it in the refrigerator, so that when we heat it up, it won't be dry. But when you put it on the tortillas, you're not gonna add any of this liquid. All right, so there you have it. Done in 2 hours. Crazy town. All right, now that we have all of our meat in the crock pot and it's cooking away, we're gonna reference back to our recipe. It calls for 1 large green pepper and 1 large red onion. Now, I love colorful food. So again, here's one of those things where it's open for interpretation. And then I also find that the red, yellow, and orange peppers are sweeter. So I prefer those as far as taste. So I'm gonna use half of a red pepper, half of a yellow pepper. I'll see how much that makes, and then I may use the other half. And then I'm gonna use a whole nice size red onion. Red onion is I feel for me, it's an acquired taste. I prefer red onions to be cooked as opposed to raw, but they are very good in fajitas, so let's do that.
I've been dreaming all night bringing me some inspiration. Never meant to love no one, but baby, I saw you for a second and I'm happy that you came my way. Don't wanna waste no
Here
time
we
without
have
you.
our peppers. Look at those beautiful colors. I love, you guys will learn that purple is my favorite color. So I love the color contrast of the onions and peppers. It just makes your food look so much more beautiful and so much more inviting to eat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap these up and put these in the refrigerator because we're starting this recipe 6 hours ahead of schedule. So when our beef is about done, we'll go ahead and we'll saute these up. But in the meantime, you can sit, relax, and have your cup of coffee, which I did not forget about. How fabulous is this mug? You can get yours too if you're a Prince fan on his website. And I love this mug. My daughter's bought it for me for Mother's Day, among a few other things. But yeah, so now it's time to sit, relax, and have a cup of coffee. I myself am going to also do some dishes, and we will come back when the beef is done. Here's a quick idea I got from another YouTuber called Plan D. She stores her onions in pantyhose. It allows the gases from onions to escape, which keeps them staying fresher longer and not making your other vegetables like potatoes that you store them near go bad. So this is how you do it. Very simple. Got the pantyhose from the Dollar Tree.
I've been dreaming all night, bringing me some inspiration. Never meant to love no one. Love of mine. Love of mine.
Good morning, Paisley Rain. Good morning. This is Miss Paisley Rain. She's a spoiled little brat, but we love her. And she likes to sleep in, clearly, because it is 10 o'clock. Are we having breakfast or no? Let's get your food. Are you gonna do it? No? There you go. Breakfast time. Rain. All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the book that this series has inspired. It's called America's Most Wanted Recipes, Delicious Recipes from Your Family's Favorite Restaurants. It's by Ron Douglas, and it's called a copycat version of everyone's best loved foods. Now, the reason why we bought this book, or my husband bought this book, is because we would go to restaurants sometimes and we would be disappointed, or we would go and the food would be okay. And he would always say, oh, you can make this better, or I can make this better, or we can make this better. So he found this book, and it literally has like all the recipes that you would think, you know, that you'd like from your various restaurants. Like there's a few things from Applebee's that we love, and let's see, Cheesecake Factory's in here, like a lot of restaurants that people normally go to. The actual catalyst for the book was that he recreated TGI Fridays Jack Daniel's sauce. And we made the chicken, and it was so good. And on burgers, oh my goodness, it's so delicious. So we actually bought 2 more in the series. This one is the second part to that book, again by Ron Douglas. So he did another one, and apparently all the recipes in this book are for less than, you can make them for less than $10. So my first four recipes, I'm sorry, that I'm going to make are actually, I believe it's 2 from this book also. And then he came out with a dessert version, which I thought was fabulous, because I don't know about you, but one of my most favorite desserts is from Applebee's, and it's the triple chocolate meltdown. And if I am not mistaken, it is in here. Yep, there it is. Triple chocolate meltdown. I actually used to work at Applebee's for, oh my God, I would say a few years. And this always got me in trouble. This and the maple butter blondie. And Applebee's actually doesn't even make that anymore. So if you love this, you can make it yourself. So that is what inspired this book. I did purchase it off Amazon. I'll leave a link below to where you can get your copy. But this book is absolutely worth the money. And you can, instead of, you know, sometimes it becomes quite expensive taking a whole family out to dinner. Between my husband and I and our 4 grown kids, because they don't eat the kids' meal anymore, it becomes quite expensive. This way you can cook the same thing at home. It tastes the same, if not better. Because again, every recipe is open for interpretation. So you can add out, you know, take out some things or add in some things that your family prefers. And then it's very cost effective. And you can also, you can make the recipes, you know, with your different family members, all the kids, you know, your spouse. And it could be family time also, while having a good meal. And what's better than that? Nothing in my book. So check the link below and you can get your copy. This video is not sponsored. I just absolutely love this book, and I thought it would be a good idea to cook some recipes from the book and show you guys, but I'd be happy to be sponsored. All right.
He's a vagabond, he won't love you better. I can watch you sinking down on the bottom ship. So come to 10, then again, Mississippi. You've been crying over him for a lifetime. So if you don't mind, we will dance till it's way past sleep. Another course and we can fly with the baseline. Boys be boys, ain't no excuse, babe. Now hey you, oh hey you, I know you can find someone better. Oh hey you, oh hey you. I leave the TV on, I'm done with your sad eyes. I can take another night with you on like this. So let's go, I'm sure you can take it.
Okay guys, so as you see, we got all of our peppers and onions cooked up and our beef in a container. Everything's nice and cooled down. So what I'm gonna do is place the lid on it and put it in the refrigerator for later. It is the beef cooked, as I said before, quicker than we anticipated. So we're just gonna put it in the refrigerator and we'll heat it up at dinner time. Now, because this is a quick fix meal with, you know, not too much effort and you want something easy, I always try to make like a little side dish to go along with fajitas, whether they're beef, chicken, even with like if you make tacos or something and you just want something extra, you can make some Spanish rice. This I actually got from Aldi's. I've never tried it before, but it's yellow rice, and again, you can add what you want to it. You can possibly add corn or a couple tablespoons of salsa to just jazz it up a little bit. I am going to actually make some chili beans to go along with it too, so to have a little bit of rice and beans. I normally make my yellow rice from scratch, but we're gonna do a little shortcut today because why not? You're just gonna follow the instructions on the box. Keep in mind there's some in Spanish and there's some in English. So you follow the rice recipe according to what's on the box, and then you just open up your can of beans and you can heat those up. Again, once they cool down, you can put them in a container and have them ready to go when you're ready to sit down for dinner. Okay, so the type of tortillas that you use is strictly a preference thing. I do have here, my family eats a lot of tortillas. We love them. So I do have flour tortillas, but I also have these corn tortillas, which I actually think I'm going to use because I like the taste of corn tortillas. But again, it's a personal preference. What I like to do is I like to take the tortilla, put the fire on low on the stove, and just lightly lay it on there. You got to pay attention to it because it will burn, just to give it a nice little charred taste. It's not necessary, but it adds a little something extra special. Okay, so because we cooked the beef earlier, I just heated up a little individual portion for myself. As you can see, I toasted my tortilla, and we'll go ahead and add our beef and those lovely peppers. And you can add as much or as little as you like. That's quite enough for me. Then we have our cheese. I love this cheese from Aldi's. I like the blend of different cheeses all together. And again, any recipe is open to interpretation. You can add whatever you want. Some people may add lettuce or tomatoes. Here I have some salsa, which I actually do not like on my tacos, so I'm not going to add that. I'm just showing it to you because the recipe did call for it. Sour cream, which my entire family eats, except me and my youngest daughter. We don't like sour cream, but I have it here to add as well. And this is not the norm to add to a fajita, but this is what me and my youngest daughter actually prefer, and that's taco sauce. This is Ortega brand. I like to put all my sauces in these squeeze bottles. It's very, very convenient. And when I do my refrigerator video, I'll show you guys that. So like I said, just add whatever toppings you like, whatever sauce you like. My husband likes this sauce by Brianna, I think it's called, and it's cilantro lime. So he likes that on his steak tacos. So he'll probably use that. And then you can just fold it over. And it looks more like a taco, but you can roll it over into a fajita like that. And then we're gonna add a little bit of our Spanish rice that we made earlier as well. Little trick if you want that perfect little scoop. It usually works. I have a feeling it's not because I'm making a video. Kind of, sort of. Use an ice cream scoop. And then we have those delicious beans. These beans are really good. I've made them, use them in chili. You can add a little bit of beans on the side. And there you have it. Beef fajitas, Chili's beef fajitas with Spanish rice and chili beans. Enjoy.